Welcome everybody to my live stream. First things first, I'd love to hear where you guys are watching from. So comment where you guys are watching from, and I'd love to hear, since this is a topic, the topic is about toothpaste, I'd love to hear what kind of toothpaste you guys are using right now and why you chose it. But anyway, this live stream is inspired by the grocery store, believe it or not. Yeah, every time I go to the grocery store and I go to the dental section or the dental aisle of the grocery store, there's always somebody just kind of staring like a deer in headlights, trying to pick out toothpaste. And so that's what inspired me to create this sort of like crash course of what goes on with toothpaste and basically how to make an informed decision of what kind of toothpaste you should be getting for your teeth specifically. So without further ado, let's talk about whitening toothpaste. So biggest takeaway with whitening toothpaste is unless there is hydrogen peroxide or carbamide peroxide in the ingredients list, it's not actually going to whiten your teeth. So here's the thing. Whitening toothpaste, it's bottom line, it's basically just more abrasive. So it helps to polish off any surface stain that's on your teeth, collecting on your teeth. Sometimes we get stain like brown staining, coffee stains. Certain medications can kind of stain the exterior of our teeth like a greenish color or bluish or orange or whatever. Surface stains. Whitening toothpaste is just more abrasive, so it can remove those stains a little bit better. But if you have naturally more yellow teeth and you're looking to whiten them or brighten them up, lighten them up, whitening toothpaste is not going to do that. If you are interested in actual whitening or whitening your teeth, you have to look into like whitening strips or in-office bleaching, anything that contains hydrogen peroxide or carbamide peroxide is going to actually whiten your teeth. So pay attention to that. Kind of a downside, I'll come back to that, hold on a second. So it also includes things like baking soda and charcoal toothpaste. Those are also like whitening claims, but they're also more abrasive. So the downside to that, again, I keep using the word abrasive. It basically wears down your enamel, especially kind of right at the gum line. Sometimes you can see kind of your enamel starting to ditch out right at the gum line, especially if you're an aggressive brusher. You can also get some gum recession with that. So kind of want to try to stay away from whitening toothpaste unless you do have truly severe like external staining on your teeth you want to take care of. But there's that for you. That's what whitening toothpaste is all about. So next up we have sensitivity toothpaste. Couple of things about sensitivity toothpaste. Key ingredient, one of the key ingredients is, as you can see here, potassium nitrate. It basically, the way it works is it makes the exposed nerve on your teeth just a little bit less sensitive over a longer period of use. So it takes about a couple of weeks actually to start kicking in. So it's not like you're gonna go out there and buy some sensitivity toothpaste and then after one use be like, oh, this stuff doesn't work. I'm still sensitive to cold or whatever. It takes a while to get use or to get it kind of in your system and circulating and start working on your teeth. So yeah, potassium nitrate, look for that in your toothpaste. The other thing, the other ingredient is stannous fluoride. So if you picked up a sensitivity toothpaste and you don't see potassium nitrate, and you're like, wait a second, this is not a sensitivity toothpaste. Not necessarily, because if it has stannous fluoride, it also helps basically kind of seal off exposed nerves. So the way it works is basically you have enamel and you have root structure, and then sometimes those two don't connect and you have a little bit of gum recession. So the inner part or the dentin, the inner layer of the tooth is exposed and that has nerve endings. So the stannous fluoride helps to kind of just seal it off. Again, with a little bit longer use, like a couple of weeks or so for it to start working. Lastly, there is the ingredient strontium chloride. If you see this in your toothpaste, don't get it. It also is a desensitizer, but it is higher on the toxicity level. And in fact, it's banned in some countries. So it works, but you know, at what cost, right? So there's sensitivity toothpaste for you. The other thing is anti-gingivitis. So any toothpaste that have anti-gingivitis claims or anti-plaque, the key ingredient you're looking for is, again, stannous fluoride. We just covered this, but in addition to sealing off your nerve endings, it also kind of helps slow down the process of plaque buildup. It kind of creates this layer over your teeth like a barrier, and it prevents plaque from sticking to your teeth. So if your toothpaste, if you're looking for a toothpaste that kind of helps slow down plaque, that's the ingredient you're looking for, stannous fluoride. The one downside to stannous fluoride is it can stain your teeth. Although I would say I wouldn't put too much weight on that, because since it's become popular, companies have figured out kind of a dosage where it's still effective enough but doesn't quite stain the teeth. But just so you're aware, if you start noticing staining on your teeth, if you're a little more sensitive to the stannous fluoride, that is one of the side effects. You're not going crazy, but just so you're aware. Okay, next up we have fluoride. So bottom line, yes, fluoride is proven to help prevent cavities, and it remineralizes enamel. So it's a proven fact. It does work to prevent cavities, but it's also a proven fact that it's a known toxin. So unfortunately, there's kind of a downside to that. Let's see here. So the kicker out of all that, right? It is known to prevent cavities, but it's also known toxin. Is over-the-counter fluoride toothpaste is not very effective. Here's why. In order for it to be safe for consumption, fluoridated toothpaste have kind of a limited amount of fluoride. But in order for fluoride to be effective, there needs to be a higher concentration of it. So you're kind of in this limbo of like, well, we don't want too much because it can be toxic to our bodies, but it also doesn't work very well if there's not enough of it. So I recently actually just researched this and read up on this, but most fluoridated toothpaste, like over-the-counter toothpaste, are not very effective at remineralizing our teeth, which is why when folks come into the dental office and they're really prone to cavities, we actually recommend a prescription strength fluoride toothpaste. So it's a little higher concentration. Again, we're getting into that like toxicity. You're not going to like die after using that toothpaste, but it is a higher concentration, so higher toxicity levels. Want to keep it away from kids and stuff like that. But yeah, kind of a bummer there. So if you're thinking like, okay, if fluoride doesn't help with my cavity, or like if I shouldn't get fluoride because it's toxic or whatever, like what options do we have? There are a couple of options. Option number one is MI Paste. I think actually this is the brand name. I thought I was going to stay away from brand names, but this is the one brand name I'll use. MI Paste is a toothpaste that contains calcium and phosphate particles, which is what our teeth need in order to get remineralized. So that's how it works to remineralize our enamel. It actually has calcium and phosphate inside of the toothpaste. The downside to MI Paste is it does contain, or the calcium and stuff is derived from milk casein. So if you have a sensitivity to dairy or whatever, might not be a good option for you. And speaking of sensitivity, it also contains paraben, and that can cause irritation to people with more sensitive skin or whatever, and it can cause canker sores. So just something to be aware of, but MI Paste is a great alternative to fluoride in helping to kind of remineralize teeth. So now you're thinking, okay, fluoride is not that great maybe, and then MI Paste is like kind of better, but it does have some ingredients in it that maybe I'm not able to use, or as the viewer, you're thinking I'm not able to use. What other option is there? The last thing I want to talk about is Hydroxyapatite toothpaste. So actually, I have been researching this a lot lately, and I've been trying out a Hydroxyapatite toothpaste myself. And it's pretty cool. So far, no complaints. Basically, our teeth are actually composed of about 90% hydroxyapatite. It's a combination of calcium and phosphate ions, similar to MI paste, but in a slightly different form where it's already kind of combined or whatnot. It's like the building blocks, the foundation of our teeth. So completely biocompatible, non-toxic kind of a thing. So the other thing is, yeah, since it has the hydroxyapatite or calcium phosphate building blocks, it remineralizes our teeth, so it is anti-cavity, or helps to prevent cavities with regular use and proper use, I should say. So yeah, like I said, non-toxic, safe for the family. You know, if I have a toothpaste, a hydroxyapatite toothpaste I'm using right now for my toddler, and I'm not afraid if he accidentally eats the whole tube, which is not really going to happen, but just in case, it's non-toxic, so that's good. So comment below, you guys, or whatever, off to the side, what are you guys using for your toothpaste, if you guys want me to answer some questions. But other than that, I think I've kind of covered all my bases there. Yeah, just kind of a recap. Any like charcoal toothpaste or anything like that, that falls into the category of whitening, a little bit more abrasive. Just trying to think of any other popular brands. I've had a few patients in the recent past talk about like, oh, I love to use the baking soda, like Arm & Hammer. Again, pretty abrasive to your teeth, especially if you use like medium or hard bristled toothbrush. You know, stay away from hard bristled toothbrushes. Soft bristle is the way to go. Yeah, anyway, I'll take questions afterwards too. I'll come back and comment on this for people who are going to be watching this later. But yeah, hopefully this was a kind of a helpful startup guide of what kind of toothpaste you guys want to pick up at the store. So that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more live streams, more video updates. I'll be doing some more hydroxyapatite video updates. I'm using one right now, and down the road in like a couple of months, I'll be updating you guys on how that's going. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and take care of your teeth.